they need to have that structure. And others, like if you put structure, they're gonna fight back,
Right.
and they're gonna go a different way that you want them to do. Like we all do things that we say we shouldn't do. Right?
And I think they have to do that now with the transfer portal. Like you can just go up and you're a top guy. Well, some of these countries, if you're an All-American, they got $100,000 waiting for you at the door,
dude.
Which is insane. And $100,000, I know some people pay $250,000 maybe here in the state of Iowa for an All-American, no matter what weight.
What was Jesser saying?
Let's move into that.
Jesser named some schools and numbers.
Michigan.
What was
Michigan
it? Michigan
for sure.
What was it? How much?
I think it was they had I mean, kids were getting six figures for sure. Yeah. But there was like $600,000 of output to get their team or something like that. I gotta think back on that. But it was like numbers, and the place went like a church.
Kills, right?
You're telling me it's gonna take us $500,000 to get 5 recruits in here? I mean, then some more, right? And we're just talking about All-Americans, right? These aren't like
have we seen
national champions?
Have we seen have you seen anybody actually like get the money?
Yeah,
you have
for sure. Yeah. I know a couple schools out there getting it. I didn't believe it when it first came.
But you've seen like a kid that you trust be like, oh yeah, I got that.
I don't know the contract. I do have a kid that I trust. I got it. Yeah, he told me the number. I was like, no way, kind of deal. He told me the number. It's true.
And he's got.
But I didn't ask him the details. Like, what happens? Are you getting paid quarterly? Like, you have to.
That's what I want to know.
This? Or you like?
Are they giving
me all up front? I'm going out, injuring my ankle, and I'm out for the year. I sprain my ankle. I'm done. That's what I would. But
he'll be in the Ozarks in like a week.
Right. Like, you know what I mean? It can't be like that, right? You got to maybe be a payout, some sort of contract.
But that's what I'm saying. Is it like one bag up front, or is it like when you graduate and we'll pay you per accolade?
Right.
They're not going to let money just get like thrown away by something like an injury. There's got to be stipulations they have within that.
Their NIL states that they're supposed to be an exchange for services, right? If whoever's giving the money,
right, first place,
yeah,
right. It should be like that.
There's supposed to be an exchange for services of like you have to make this amount of appearances, but from what we've been hearing that there's a bag of money and then they say this is what you're gonna have to do in order to get that, I guess. So it's not like a contract, like an NFL contract, where like, hey, you're gonna get $100,000, and if you sprain your ankle at the bar, you ain't getting that $100,000.
Yeah, I think so, but I think it's like, that's a risk you take too. Like if I'm an All-American, I'm coming to school here. I'm like, I want this amount up front, and I want this amount after the year. And if I don't make, and I'm sure it's contracted like that somehow, but
it's got to be such an uneasy feeling as a coach. So like simple thing like wrestle off, right? Like. Your kid doesn't get what he wants. It's like, is he thinking about going somewhere else? And it's like almost like you don't want to upset your girlfriend. Like you really like hanging out with your girlfriend, but like
you're walking on eggshells.
Like she could bounce like tomorrow because they can transfer. And hey, they're gonna get $100K. Like you can't tell me somebody wouldn't take David Carr for $250,000.
They tried.
They tried. There was a lot of talk about that. Which,
But I think that opened up to go back to the CRTC. Dresser is an open book usually, right? And I think it opened people's eyes to like what actually NIL is actually doing, because I think no one really knew. All these guys are getting like $25,000, but in order to get big names, you're talking six figures, which is crazy.
25,000 is the low number we're throwing out here. That number is mind-boggling to me as just a regular person still, and that's the low end for NIL.
I got offered 40 to come back to Iowa State my last year, and I was like, that ain't enough, like, to be honest. I mean, shit. The 20 to the bars.
There's definitely like little things out there too for just I would say not a low level wrestler, but I know that there's companies in Iowa that I've talked to are paying kids like $1,000 a month to tweet out or Instagram certain stuff.
Yep.
That's like low level stuff. So kids are making money, which is great. I think the $100,000 stuff is that's what changes programs. For the better and for the worse, unfortunately, right?
To be honest, I'm all for it because, like, I think there is going to be more like showmanship, because it's like now, like you're an entertainer now. Like now, like if you get the eyes watching you, like now you're the big number, and if you want to go up and get up and transfer, it takes like everything out of like the coach's hands too. Like you're not you hear them like